the rarest of magical creatures in the epic new addition to the Wizarding World.
Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure. The last time I will say this coaster's entire name, but the coaster most people think of when mentioning Universal's Islands of Adventure. Opening in June of 2019, we don't care about the history of rides on this channel, but rather how rides became to be. Let's discuss the entire history of the plot of land Hagrid's Motorbike Adventure is located on.
Right, off you go. We'll beat to the edge of the Forbidden Forest.
Cut. Can I just call this Hagrid's? I love this ride, but man is it a mouthful. Located in the back right of the park is the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, also known as Harry Potter World, but just a recreation of Hogsmeade. This is where current day Hagrid's is located. But before we get into the progression of Hagrid's, if you haven't already, consider subscribing if you like theme park content. I make similar video essays to the one you're watching right now, 1990 to 1999. Going back to before Islands of Adventure even started construction, the area where Hagrid's is currently located was used as a parking lot for Universal Studios. It's unclear if the lot was used for employees or guests, but going off of old photos, it looks as though it was used for excess parking. 1999 to 2010. I'm not going to go through the entire history of Islands of Adventure in this video, as I briefly went over it in my Velocicoaster video. But the original ride to open with the park in this location was Dueling Dragons. This steel inverted dueling coaster, manufactured by B&M, was the first of its kind when it opened in 1999 with the park. Both tracks, originally Fire vs. Ice, were 125 feet tall, had 5 inversions, were 3,200 feet long, and both clocked in at 2 minutes and 25 seconds ride time. Some track differences include the Fire track having a slightly taller drop at 115 feet compared to the Ice 95-foot drop. Fire was also slightly faster at 60 miles per hour compared to the Ice track's 55 miles per hour. The queue was themed to a ruined castle where the Fire and Ice Dragon lived. There was a split towards the end of the line where riders would make a choice: go right and ride Ice, or go left and ride Fire. The ride would remain the same until a decade later when the boy who lived would take over the park and the resort as a whole.
And excitement awaits at every turn.
2010 to 2017. On May 31st, 2007, Universal would announce the inclusion of the Wizarding World of Harry Potter in their Orlando parks.
We are creating the Wizarding World of Harry Potter at Universal's Islands of Adventure theme park in Orlando.
With Islands of Adventure receiving a brand new island themed to the Wizarding Village Hogsmeade, featured in the Harry Potter books and films. I don't want to make this video an hour long, so we won't go into detail about Hogsmeade in general. But just know that this was a big deal at the time of the announcement.
The final book is due out this summer, and the 5th movie is also coming in July.
Moving on, the Dueling Dragons queue would receive retheming sometime during October of 2009. At this point, it was known that the new theme would be based on the Triwizard Tournament featured in Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Dueling Dragons would remain open until February 27th, 2010 when refurbishment would officially begin and close the attraction. The Dueling Dragons to Dragon Challenge refurbishment would be super quick, only being down for less than a month. Dragon Challenge, it appears the coaster reopened under the old name Dueling Dragons on March 18th, 2010. The name Dragon Challenge, however, was known at this time. I assume Universal wanted to open the coaster with the new name Dragon Challenge with the rest of Hogsmeade. On June 18th, 2010, Dueling Dragons would change its name to Dragon Challenge with the opening of the Harry Potter section of the park. Unlike Dueling Dragons, the new name of the ride would soon have major issues leading to major ride adjustments. Summer 2011. I wanted to make a subsection of this video to specifically go over the events that would occur during this time period.
For the second time in 2 weeks, a guest has been injured on Dragon Challenge in Islands of Adventure.
2 riders became injured due to what is assumed to be objects flying out of other riders' pockets. The first incident happened on Sunday, July 31st, 2011.
Carlos Montalvo was struck in the right eye, leaving him mostly blind.
2 weeks later, it happened again. On Thursday, August 11th, 2011,
A park visitor was injured by something that struck him in the face and on his foot.
this time, however, Universal would finally take action, and on this day, the coaster would no longer duel.
As we continue to study these incidents, we will operate both coasters as separate experiences without their usual intersect points.
Fast forward to 2017, however. By this time, Dragon Challenge was no longer the standout attraction it once was, with the dueling aspect of the coaster removed. September 4th, 2017 would be the last operating day for Dragon Challenge.
Well, I think that's enough for today. You should probably head back. We'll pick this up later.
Hagrid's would start construction sometime between late 2017 and early 2018, but it would take until May 2018 when we would see track of the upcoming coaster. By September 2018, however, the castle structure would start being recognizable. A month later, Hagrid's hut would also be built, and in December of 2018, the first train would appear on the track, anticipating a future test run. February 21st, 2019, Universal would officially announce Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure.
This experience will be a new epic addition to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter.
I had to say it one more time, the long form, back to Hagrid's. This would also include an opening date for the coaster, June 13th, 2019. During the week of the announcement, testing of the coaster would begin.
Prepare to face the Forbidden Forest.
Throughout the next 4 months, Universal would work on the last finishing touches of the brand new Harry Potter coaster, Hagrid's, completing the fluffy animatronic in April and the unicorn animatronics the following month in May of 2019. June 13th, 2019.
Thank you for joining us and coming together here on this very special occasion.
Opening day for Hagrid's was massive, and in retrospect, it makes Velocicoaster's opening look tiny. Fans of Universal and the Harry Potter series waited upwards of 10 hours on opening day. This long line was the norm post-opening day as well. I first rode Hagrid's in September of 2019 and waited over 3 hours. Today, this is tied for my longest time waiting for a ride at a theme park. If anyone is curious, I waited over 3 hours for Millennium Force, but it broke down twice while waiting. I know Hagrid's track record of being up is not perfect, but when I first rode it, the line was actually just 3 hours long and there was no breakdowns. Opening day would also have special guests from the Harry Potter films with the following actors, with Evanna Lynch, Warwick Davis, Tom Felton, Rupert Grint, and James and Olive Phelps.
Show me on three, everyone, with their wands ready. 1, 2, 3. Wingardium Leviosa!
Unfortunately, due to Robbie Coltrane's health, he did not attend, but did create a video which was shown at the opening.
I'm excited to welcome you to this new chapter of magic here at the Wizarding World of Harry Potter.
And that's where our progression ends. Hagrid's is one of the most popular rides at the resort currently, and it's a fan favorite amongst Harry Potter fans and Universal fans. If you enjoyed this video, I make videos similar on this channel, so definitely watch the next one shown now. Thank you for watching.